Welcome. My name is Erin McKinley. I'm with the Southern California News Group, and welcome to the Inland Empire Healthy Living Virtual Expo. It is presented by The Sun, the Press Enterprise, Redland Daily Facts, and the Inland Valley Daily Bulletin. Today for you, we have Sky's the Limit at Akash Winery. We're going to be presented with a cooking tutorial from Akash Patel, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It is a pre-taped session. So if you do have any questions or comments, please go ahead and still leave them. We will get all of the questions to Akash and be able to get back to you with that. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'm going to start it up in another minute or two.
Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Akash Patel, and I'm going to be making a cool dish for you guys today and pairing it up with our 2018 Petite Syrah. We're going to be making a za'atar molasses lamb dish today, and it's one of my all-time favorites, and it goes back to my wife's heritage actually. So I'm Indian. We have incorporated a lot of spices and stuff into our food, and always great to pair it up with wine. And my wife, she's Middle Eastern, and she is coming from the Mediterranean food background, and I'm a huge lover of Mediterranean food. So today we're making a Mediterranean dish with lamb, Greek yogurt, and a pomegranate molasses, and the main spice is going to be za'atar, and that's one of my favorite things in the world. And we are pairing it up with our 2018 Petite Syrah, which is big, bold, and rich, and it's going to pair really nicely with this meal. So here we have all of our ingredients that we're going to be using today. We have salt, the main ingredient, which is going to be the za'atar spice. That's my favorite thing in the world. Chili flakes, dried mint, lemon, pomegranate seeds, and Greek yogurt. And one of the main bases is also going to be our pomegranate molasses here. We obviously have the main protein, which is going to be our lamb. I split it up into two. That's what the recipe kind of calls for, and it asks us to split them up. And then we're going to do a quick sear on it right now. So we're going to take the sunflower oil and get a couple of tablespoons into our cast iron here. Get that nice and hot so we can get a nice sear on everything. So I got the oil nice and hot because that cast iron's already been on. So I'm going to put the fat side down. You can hear that starting to get a nice good sear already. So we're going to let it get some color to start out with, and in the meantime I'll start making the molasses rub that's going to go over it while we put it in the oven. So for the molasses rub, we're going to take 3 tablespoons or 4 tablespoons of this pomegranate molasses. And then you're going to take red pepper flakes and the salt and mix everything in with the za'atar spice. Couple of those, and then a teaspoon of salt, and we got the red pepper flakes. And now we're going to take the za'atar spice, which is the best part of it all, and we're going to take 2 tablespoons of that, and throw that in. We also want to check on this sear and turn it. Go ahead and mix this up. And we're going to use this to rub all over the lamb chops once we are done searing before we put into the oven. And we're going to put into the oven at 400 degrees, so you're going to want to make sure that that is ready to go to transfer the cast iron straight into there. We'll get to preparing the Greek yogurt and the pomegranate with the lime juice while this is in the oven baking. Now we have a pretty good sear, so I'm pretty happy with it, and I'm going to take these off to coat them with the molasses. You're going to turn off your heat. it has a nice sear all over the skin. You can use a spoon or a brush, whatever you like. It is very hot, so you definitely can't put your hands on it. But you do want to get it coated all over as much as you can. Once you got it all covered, you're gonna wanna definitely get a baking dish out, and you can just transfer everything into that baking dish. Set them in there. And then this is gonna go into the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes, depending on how you want it cooked, at 400 degrees. Let that go for about 10 to 12 minutes. And then we will start preparing our yogurt bed with the yogurt, pomegranate, and the dried leaves, and a little bit of salt. So one of my favorite wines to pair with this meal is going to be our 2018 Petite Syrah. It's definitely got a lot of big, bold characteristics that's going to mesh well with this gamey meat and these types of spices that are going to be in this meal. They're really going to be cohesive, and it's a really fun experiment to try different wines with different meals and see what you like. We're going to open this up and start enjoying a glass while we see how these flavors come together. And also the aromas in your glass are going to come out too as these flavors are popping up in your kitchen. So definitely the boldness of this wine and the rich deepness in this wine is really going to elevate this meal experience. And just like with any meal you have, when you do pair it up with wine or even beer, it's going to elevate your experience of what you're tasting and different notes that you're picking up on the wine versus the food, and vice versa if you were to just have the food by itself versus just the wine by itself. Things are meant to be paired together, and this is one reason why I love pairing meals with wine. So let's go ahead and start making this yogurt bed. And this is going to consist of the yogurt, the pomegranate, the dried mint, and some lemon. So you're going to squeeze a full lemon into it. And we're also going to use the skin of the lemon and grate some into this as well. So this really brings out zestiness in the meal, and then is going to help the richness of this Petite Syrah kind of integrate more into this meal more than ever. So nothing too crazy, you're just going to kind of get some of this skin, the zest, into this here. Take a pinch of salt. Take your pinch of dry mint leaves, and we're going to mix this up. And this meal is super easy, super fast, only takes about 20 to 30 minutes to really make in full from start to finish. And you're going to want to also throw in a little bit of garlic. Squeeze your garlic into there and then mix that in as well. A little bit of olive oil. And now you have your yogurt bed that's going to complement this lamb and cut the richness and the fattiness of it, and which is going to complement with that wine again, because this wine is big and bold too. So after the meat has rested for 5 to 10 minutes to let that heat calm down and still break down some of that fat, that you can move it over, and then now we can start slicing our chops. It's still a little warm, just got to be careful, but then you can start slicing away at it. And then you are solid to set this up into your meal here. Now for some more flavor and decoration, you're gonna sprinkle your pomegranate all around it and take those in with every bite. And some more dried mint. And sprinkle some of the za'atar spice on top for a little bit more freshness. And there you have it. You have your za'atar pomegranate molasses lamb chops paired with our 2018 Petite Sirah. Big, bold, a lot of flavor in this one. The yogurt's gonna help with that fat and that acidity in the wine and make a perfect meal pairing. I hope you guys enjoy at home. All right, let's go ahead and take a bite into this and pair it up with the Petite Sirah. So good, rich, flavorful, lots of spice. You get that pomegranate to kind of cut it down with the yogurt. Now let's try it out with the Petite Sirah. Oh, it's so good. I mean, it just pairs really well with it. I'm getting all the flavors from the fruit on the Petite Sirah, but then it's getting cut with the fat from the lamb, and the yogurt really just kind of mellows the whole dish out and the wine out and integrates it all together. I really recommend this pairing.